Welcome to Nanoka Okure, the very best of Japanese news that's 1 week past its expiration date. Last week, scientists at Osaka University fired the world's most powerful laser, which they called the Laser for Fast Ignition Experiments, or LFEX. Were these scientists spelling ignition with an E? Shouldn't it be LFIX? Maybe the EX stands for experiment? I don't know. They're the scientists. Anyway, the LFEX fired at 2 quadrillion watts, or 2 petawatts. To give you an idea of how big that is, check out all those zeros. That's a lot of zeros. The LFEX fires for 1/1,000,000,000 of a second, so even though it was 2 quadrillion watts, it only consumes a tiny amount of energy, about enough to run a microwave for 2 seconds. Bravo on making your doomsday device eco-friendly, Osaka University. The next step is to make it even more powerful. One of the researchers, Junji Kawanaka, said, "With heated competition in the world to improve the performance of lasers, our goal is now to increase our output to 10 petawatts." How soon can we expect to see this laser on a tank, or in a rifle, or on the shoulder of a Gundam? Not soon. The LFEX is over 300 feet long and fills an entire room, and is used for nuclear fusion physics experiments, not warfare. Aw man. At least that's what the scientists say. But think of how quickly computers, which used to fill entire rooms, became common household objects. The same could be true for lasers. The future is coming and we're all gonna die. Now over to James for our graphic design minute.
The Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee has unveiled its new design for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics logo, which has immediately come under fire for being butt ugly, and also for being stolen. Japanese netizens and news sites quickly expressed bafflement at the layout of the new logo. Far from the vibrantly colorful logos of recent years, this logo is simple and geometric, with a single black vertical bar, 2 gold and silver swooshes, and a red circle. While it was meant to symbolize the spirit of Tokyo and the Olympic medals, one internet commenter claimed it looked like the logo for an off-brand blank VHS tape. Others say it looks like a pong paddle or an umeboshi. Twitter user MYM postulates that it's actually the underside view of a fat sparrow on a branch. But wait! The committee's problems don't stop there. They've also been accused of plagiarism. Online commenters erupted with accusations after Belgian graphic designer Olivier Deby realized that the new Olympics logo looked very similar to his own logo for the Theatre de Liege. And by similar, I mean they look almost exactly the same. The designer of the Olympic logo, Kenjiro Sano, insists that he's innocent. "I had absolutely no previous knowledge of the design in question, and I certainly did not refer to it when creating my design," said Sano. Deby stated that he intends to approach the Olympics Committee to request that they change the logo. "Ideally, yes, I would like them to change. We will see, because it is a big, big machine, the Olympic system. But it looks like even a big, big machine can get egg on its face." I don't know where that metaphor was going, I'm sorry.
Japanese people are apparently releasing their inner demons and soothing their anxieties by gazing at moss. No, not that moss. This moss. Those images. Several news outlets reported last week about moss viewing excursions led by Takeshi Ueno, a plant and ecology professor at Tsuru University. The moss tours were held around Lake Shirokuma, which is home to a precious moss-covered forest. Japan is home to 1,600 of the 20,000 varieties of known moss, so there are plenty of opportunities for Japanese people to de-stress by staring at clumps of bryophytes. According to Professor Ueno, these trips are especially popular among women, whose chromosomes make them sensitive to the emotional effects of moss. Professor Ueno said, quote, "Women are rich in emotions. They can innocently enjoy changes in the shapes and colors of leaves, for example, so they are well suited to moss viewing." According to the Japan Times, one teary-eyed woman cried, "This is like magic," upon watching a clump of moss get sprayed with mist. Another woman said, "Seeing clusters of mosses living together, I can forget about our competitive society." As a man, I'm saddened to learn of my inherent moss appreciation deficiency, but that won't stop me from trying to relax using the soothing power of moss. And if you're feeling stressed this week, we're gonna put some soothing moss imagery after the video, so pay attention. #FeelTheMoss. Tweet this video with #FeelTheMoss and you can win some good feelings that we're gonna send your way. That's all the time we have for this week. If you have seen some Japan news from this week that you want us to report on next week, drop a link in the comments. We'll see you next week when we deliver you more stale news. Now get ready for some soothing moss.